Happy Saturday. It's been a week. It has been a week. Glad to be here. I missed you on last Saturday. I was preparing for my event, which went really well. I was very excited about doing that for the first time. And so much so I'm doing it again. It's going to be like a once a month type thing. So I have a group, and it's called Healing Women Support Group. And we're going to be meeting every once a month. And we're going to talk about healing and growing and just, sharing whatever's on their heart, right? And so I realized that one event, I realized that I need to continue to build rapport. So before somebody can just open up and share their stuff, right? They're not like me. Okay, so I definitely have to build rapport over there. So I'm excited about where that is going to go and grow. And this morning, I just stopped by to share some things with you that I have been experiencing and seeing other people experience. And it's really about overwhelm and suppressing emotions. So I want to start out talking about overwhelm, because a lot of people I see are in overwhelm. And I'm gonna give you some tools and tips to help you get out of overwhelm. Okay, so overwhelm is basically you feel stuck. It's so many tabs. Like, think about the tabs on your computer. You have a bunch of tabs open up at one time, right? And it's like, how can you, which one? It's just so much. It's too much. It's too much. So you must do a brain dump. What is a brain dump? Write down everything that you're worrying about in your head, and take a highlighter and highlight the 3 things that you can do to advance the things that matter to you. So a brain dump is literally you stop, pause, okay? Get out a sheet of paper, make a list of everything that's here, because the goal is to get it out of your brain. You got a brain, that's why it's called brain dump. You literally have to dump everything out of your brain, okay? A lot of times people can't sleep. They're up late night. I'm just having trouble sleeping. You probably got a whole movie going on in your head about what's going to happen, what didn't work, what happened today, whatever somebody said, all these things, all these open tabs constantly running. So if you find yourself where you can't sleep at night, maybe get up and do a brain dump. Because what is happening is you have a whole movie, you have a whole television series playing in your head. So you got a brain dump. And write out all those things, and then highlight the 3 things that you can do to advance the things that matter to you. Because a lot of stuff that we got in our head, it's not even our stuff. Like, I told so-and-so I was going to do this. I got to do, and it's all for somebody else. So do that brain dump, circle those 3 things, highlight those 3 things that you can work on now. And the rest is the rest, right? The rest of the list is other people's stuff. Once you do this, you have a clear head to get things done that are important to you. Because a lot of stuff that we have in here, good morning, a lot of stuff that we have in here is not even our stuff. We're worrying about all this stuff. Somebody called you, right? And they got a problem. Now that's in your head. And I realized that. Somebody texted me and it was like they were having a hard time. So now, not only am I worrying about my stuff, I have their stuff in my head too. It is important to do a brain dump, okay? Because if not, you have all these tabs open. You be worrying about all kind of stuff that you can't do nothing about. So make that list out. Circle the things, the 3 things, highlight the 3 things that you can work on now. That can advance you, right? But a lot of stuff is not even our stuff. We're taking on other people's stuff. That's why when it comes to a certain time, I put my phone up. I do. It's nothing I can do about it. Please do not call me or text me with your problems, because there's nothing I can do about it. I have my own, okay? So a lot of stuff is not even our stuff. It's other people's stuff. It is important to do this brain dump when you're feeling overwhelmed, okay? We all are going to feel overwhelmed. But now you have the tools. I just gave you the tools and the techniques to use to brain dump. You got a brain. The key is to brain dump. When you find yourself in that overwhelmed state, stop. Get out a sheet of paper. Write out everything that's in your head. I'm telling you, this stuff works. Write out everything that's in your head. And I promise you will sleep better. You will feel better. It all starts with us, okay? You have to be mindful. You have to create boundaries for people. Because some people just come and it's constantly just giving their stuff. And now you walking around with their stuff, your stuff, and whoever else stuff. So it's important to recognize when you're in overwhelm. Okay. You can't do everything for everybody. You cannot. Okay. So make that list out. Do the things that you have to do for you that matter to you. Okay. That is important. All right. So now I want to talk about suppressing emotions, because I realized on last Saturday that we were talking and sharing our testimonies. There are some people who were like, they were stuck. It's like they don't know what they were feeling. They've been dealing with it. They have pressed it down for so long. They've been pressing and pressing and pressing till they don't know what they're feeling. They're just numb. Like, I don't know. Just something. It's not, they can't even express themselves, right? This right here is a feelings. It's a feelings chart. It's an emotional chart. It tells you what the emotions mean. Like, say you are angry, right? So anger, you got hurt, you got threatened, you got hateful, you got mad, you got aggressive, you got frustrated, you got distant, you got critical, and then it breaks it down. Sarcastic, skeptical, suspicious, withdrawn, irritated, infuriated, hostile. A lot of people don't know how to express themselves because they don't know how to put a word to what they're feeling. It is important to put words to what you're feeling, but sometimes you don't know, right? Because some people say, I feel some kind of way, but that ain't no feeling, right? It's not a feeling. So we have to dig down deeper. Like, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? And when was the first time I felt this? So knowing how to articulate what you're feeling, that's emotional intelligence. Because a lot of people don't know how to articulate what they're feeling. Holding emotions can be very dangerous. Some professions that have to do this are first responders have to hold their emotions. Military have to hold their emotions. Physicians have to hold their emotions. They have to hold it because they're around people they're gonna have all kind of things happening and they can't react, right? So they are trained. They are trained to hold their emotions. That is, I would not want to be in that position, right? These professions have a higher rate of suicide and substance abuse because they have been suppressing these things for so long, and it's like it becomes normal to them not to express anything. You ever been around somebody that just can't cry, don't cry? There are people that are like that. I have a friend that doesn't cry. I'm like, I don't even understand it. I don't, but I do because her profession is in the medical field. It makes sense. It'll make sense once you start investigating and being aware of it, right? You want to be able to name that feeling, okay? Ask yourself, what are you needing in this experience? Yes. Respiratory therapists. I don't know if that's the same thing, but yes. Hope I answer your question. We need to be able to hold our emotions with care, okay? The goal is to recognize what you need and be able to give ourselves what we need. All right. Recognize the emotions and name it. If they are a part of you, ask yourself what you need in this moment. We have to check in. We have to constantly check in with ourselves. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? If I could give it a word, what is that word? Right. And just do an investigation because it's soul care. Okay, it's soul care. What is the soul? The soul is the mind, the will, the emotions, the affections, and the imaginations. Okay, so the mind is the organ of thoughts. The will is the organ of decisions. Then you have your emotions. Imaginations, how you vision the future. Imaginations are fueled by faith or fear. Okay, affections. It's one thing to feel something. It's another thing to have an emotional attachment to something. It's possible to have an emotional attachment to people, places, and things that are unhealthy and unhelpful to us. EQ, that's emotional intelligence. Living with emotional intelligence is soul care. This is the steering wheel of your life. This is why emotional intelligence is very important. Okay? Because you cannot get to the next level if you don't know how to manage your emotions and be aware of other people's emotions. It is important to do your personal work, okay? When you're living with emotional intelligence, you will have a healthy perception. You will perceive and you will I can't even read my own writing. You will self-articulate what you're feeling. There will also be healthy self-expression. So people that have emotional intelligence express themselves in a healthy way. Okay? The expression of my feelings and my emotions. How effective are you at expressing your feelings and or emotions? How healthy are you at expressing your feelings and or emotions? Am I expressing my feelings in a toxic way? There is a way to express your feelings in a way that's not damaging, right? Some people express themselves in toxic ways. They want to fight and cuss people out, right? That's how they express their emotions. That's passive aggressive. Okay, we all know people that have done this. Okay, that's why emotional intelligence is important. When people express their emotions, they're either hyper aggressive, that's impulsively, or they're passive aggressive, right? Or they have the disease to please. So when you have the disease to please, you would rather be inconvenient personally than to make someone else upset. That's the disease to please. And it could be a result of a fixed mindset, right? The disease to please is always a symptom. Something happened consciously or unconsciously that has conditioned, and they can be hesitant when it comes to expressing and articulating what is in their best interest. It can go all the way to childhood where you were constantly told to shut up or be quiet. Okay? We got to trace it in order to heal it, in order to, to go to that next level. You got to trace it. Like, where is this coming from? When did this first show up? Okay? The disease to please. It could be as a result of childhood, always being told to shut up, always being told to be quiet. These are things that we have experienced, and we may tell our kids those same things. And what we're teaching them to do, that their voice is not valued. Be quiet, shut up. So now they become adults. Well, ain't nobody gonna listen to me. Don't nobody never listen to me. It's a result of that. A lot of things people say, this is the way I am, but it wasn't the way you always were, right? Something happened in your life. So we got to trace it. We got to get to the symptom, right? And then we got to do the system work. We got to trace that symptom and start doing the system work. The system work is the personal development work, emotional intelligence. It is important to invest in yourself. I would not be sharing these things had I not had an investment in myself. Because in order for you to go to the next level, you have to do your work. Your business, your life, your relationships will not grow to the level of you. They can't grow past you. It cannot. So that's why it's important to do your work. It is important to be aware of these things, because there's so many people who are suppressing things. They have been suppressing it for so long, they don't know how to express themselves. And so that's why I created this group, because I want to show women what it looks, a healthy way to express themselves, what that looks like. So our next meeting, I titled the theme is Face, Embrace, Release for Peace. Face, embrace, release for peace. I want to show them a healthy way to express themselves. First, I want to get down to the bottom of that. Like, when did this first start? So that's going to be coaching. Thank you. That's going to be coaching. So I have a volunteer who said they would let me coach them. Because when you're coaching one person, you're coaching all. In a room full of people, when you're coaching one person, everybody's going to get what they need in that moment. That is important. And I know that it works because I'm a product of it. Whenever I was in a room where somebody else was being coached, I got coached too. So that's what I want to do. I want to give them the tools and techniques. I can't tell them, just share what's on your mind, share what's on your heart. Let's release the pain. And okay, how do you do that? How do you do that? Face, embrace, release for peace. We got to face that issue, that problem, that thing, right? We got to face it. Then let's embrace it. Okay, you know what? I'm here. I'm here. I'm here because I didn't know these things. I made the best decision with the information I had at the time. So now I'm here to learn. I'm here to embrace. All right. So I can release these things that I've been holding on to. Right. So I can live in peace and not pieces. So that's how I came up with that. And I literally came up with that as I was listening to the women and talking to them. I'm like, oh, they got to face some things, right? They got to embrace some things. This is where I am. Own it. We're here. You're here. It's not your fault that you're here, but it's your fault if you stay here. So I want to give them tools and techniques where they can be in a better place physically, emotionally, spiritually, relationally. It all starts with us. It all starts with us. All right. We have to face it. We have to embrace it. We have to release for peace. Okay? Because a lot of stuff we just hold on to, and it literally can make you sick. If you got to go to the bathroom, if you got to poop, you can't hold that stuff. You got to go. It will make you sick if you hold on to that. The same way these emotions, these things that have happened to us, we have got to release it for peace, to live in peace. We are here to live in peace, not pieces. But we have to know how, we have to have the information, the tools and information. A lot of people don't have that. That's what I'm realizing. A lot of people don't have these tools and this information. So this is why I show up to share the things that I'm learning in real time, right? So I am creating my own personal development group classes, right? And so with that, it's going to help people in the areas that they don't even know that they need. I didn't know I needed this. I didn't know I needed it until I got in it. I'm like, man, I needed this. Emotional intelligence, relational intelligence, spiritual intelligence, leadership intelligence. Nothing goes to the next level unless you do. And you got to go to the next level in order for anything else in your life to go to the next level. It all starts with us. That's it. It all starts with us. So, I wanted to share this because it's very important. It's very important to know and understand that the things that we're going through, we don't have to stay stuck in this stuff. We don't. There's so many tools, so many resources, and so much information out here. Okay? People perish for the lack of knowledge. The knowledge is here. It's available. But you got to know, you got to be aware that you need that, right? Overwhelmed. Now you know how to get out of overwhelm, right? You know how to get yourself out of that state. A lot of people say, I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, all you got to do is just pause. Make a list. Circle, pick out 3 things that you can do for you. The rest, that's it. Throw it out. Throw it out and keep doing that. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Whenever you get in that overwhelm, brain dump. When you get in this stage of overwhelm, pause. Brain dump. Because a lot of stuff ain't even your stuff. And you got to create boundaries. Because people will come and they will make deposits. And your bank is like, oh my God, I can't take any more bad news. I can't take nobody else's problems. Like, it's so much. So you brain dump. That's why when me and my sister, before we even talk, do you have the capacity to have this conversation? Because maybe her cup is full. Maybe her cup is empty, right? And I don't want to add to it. So I'm very conscious of that, right? Same with me. People come to me, you know what? I might not even answer the phone, right? I might not even have no words, and I may not answer the phone. I may be just taking care of me, and I'll get back to you when I get back to you, and that's okay too. But we have to be aware of other people's stuff, because a lot of overwhelm is other people's stuff. It ain't even our stuff. It's somebody else's stuff. And it's a lot of things and stuff that you can't do nothing about. So you have to brain dump. When you get those emotions, what am I feeling? When did I first feel this? Right? I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm bitter. This is the emotional wheel. And I ordered this from Amazon. So if you're having problems, and you also can go on Pinterest and just type in emotional wheel. And then you can get a screenshot of this right here. And you can have it. It's a tool. It'll help you express. Are you feeling fear? Are you feeling anger? Are you feeling disgust? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling happy? Right? Because a lot of times people don't know what they're feeling. We weren't taught this. We weren't taught how to express our emotion. We taught to shut up and sit down somewhere. And now that's all we think we got to do for the rest of our life. We're adults behaving like a child because this is where we were stuck at. Somebody didn't know how to express their emotions. They told us to shut up and sit down. So now we're adults who don't know how to express their emotions. When the child is healed, the woman will show up. Okay, because a lot of people walk around, they're grown, but this is what you're encountering. Their little girl or their little boy, because they are stuck in something that happened in their past. Okay, a lot of stuff stems to childhood. Right? You got to trace the symptom, right? And do the system work. The system work is personal development. The system work is coaching. The system work is reading books. The system work is going on YouTube, researching information that that you don't have a lot that you need help in. excuse me, that's what you do. You seek that information. It's available. It's available for us all. And a lot of stuff is free, to be honest. A lot of this stuff is free. Okay? But in order to be to be in community and to consistently grow, you may have to pay for that. I'm in a spiritual-based personal development program, and I pay $47 a month. And it's worth every dollar because I have community. They give us books to read, and it helps us be the best that we can be for ourselves. Right? It all starts with us. Make an investment in you because you are worth it. And I wore this shirt today because I wanted to remind people. This is really to remember. They're going to read it. I'm proud of me. You should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself. No, you're not where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. Right? Be proud of yourself. It doesn't matter what you have, what you don't have. Always be proud of yourself. I am proud of me, and I am proud of you too. Okay? You must be proud of yourself. Celebrate yourself on the small things that you got out of bed this morning. Celebrate yourself. Right? You ain't cuss nobody out. Celebrate yourself. You went to work all week. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself along the way because what gets celebrated gets repeated. My coach tells me that all the time. And it is the truth. What gets celebrated gets repeated. It all starts with us. Okay? It's not your fault where you are, but it's your fault if you stay there. Too much information, too much tools, too much resources out here to be stuck. You do not have to be stuck. Okay? That is not your portion. All right. I'm complete. I just stopped by to share about overwhelmed. I stopped by to share about expressing emotions because emotional intelligence is everything. And when I was uploading my modules for my courses, I really should have started with emotional intelligence because I think emotional intelligence is the very, very most important thing, right? But I started out with the relational intelligence. So now I am going to be uploading my videos for emotional intelligence. And when everything is ready, I'm going to release it. And I hope you join the community and I hope you learn. I hope you grow and you evolve and you help somebody else. Each one, reach one, teach one. It all starts with us. Each one, reach one, teach one. It all starts with us, right? I don't just get this information, just take it and just keep it. I get this information and share it with somebody else because sharing is caring. And I'm a vessel and I let the Lord use my vessel to pour. I'm here to pour. All right. And then what I do, I go get poured into as well, because that's important. If you're a person that constantly pour, you got to have somebody to pour into you as well. That is very important. All right. Very well. So August the 19th is going to be the next women's healing support group. And the theme is Face, Embrace, Release for Peace. So I'm going to do live coaching with someone. I got someone that said they're willing to be coached. And I chose a certain area because this is the area where I see people are stuck. They're stuck in something happened in their past and they don't know what it is, right? So this coaching technique will help them discover what that is. It's going to stir up some things inside of them, right? They may cry, right? They may get emotional. All emotions are welcome. Tears are welcome. Because tears are liquid prayers. All right. So that's going to be on August the 19th. And it's for women. I have a healing women support group. And we meet on Zoom on Saturdays at 4. And I think this coming, next month, we almost into August already. August the 19th is going to be 1 hour. About an hour and a half. It all depends on how everything is flowing. But I'm here to help women heal. Because you don't have to stay stuck in your story or what happened or who left or what didn't work out. And I had something, I don't know when I wrote this down, but I wanted to share this because it's related to pain. Pain pays, comfort costs. Your pain makes you shout over an exit, not realizing it's an entrance. Stop beating yourself up for what you're doing and not doing. Be proud of yourself. Stop beating yourself up for what you're doing or not doing. Because new information requires new decisions. It all starts with us. So I know that I am here to help women heal by sharing my story, my personal testimony, my information that I'm learning. And I just want you to be the best that you can be so you can pick better. It all starts with us. It all starts with us. Your life will get better when you get better. The quality of your life is based on the quality of your decisions. The quality of your life is based on the quality of your decisions. You do your personal development work, you do your personal work, guess what? You will make better decisions because it all starts with you. That's all. I am complete. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for your comments. I thank you for just your time, your attention, because you could have been doing anything, anywhere, and you are here. And I appreciate you for that. And I hope you have an amazing Saturday on purpose. Have a good night. Okay. You have a good night too. It is actually the morning here. So good morning, good night, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Okay. Later, y'all. Peace.